With Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War just around the corner, I thought of going back to last year's Call of Duty Modern Warfare and see how well it stacks up in 2020 and if it's still worth a shot, especially that you might be able to get it at a bargain nowadays. What's up everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Omar with Real Gamer Review and today we are reviewing the 2019 Call of Duty Modern Warfare. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and liking the video and turn on the bell icon to watch more videos like this one. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Lately, the Call of Duty franchise has experienced an identity crisis with its recent installments. From adventures in space, returning to World War II setting, and shifting its focus to Battle Royale because apparently that's what's trendy. Nothing's wrong with that, don't get me wrong, but I just felt that the series has strayed far from what made it an excellent first-person shooter franchise in the first place. But finally, they seem to be going back to the roots. This time around, the story takes place before the events of the original Modern Warfare and it focuses on the American CIA, British SAS and freedom fighters uniting to oppose Russian forces that have invaded the fictional country of Uruzgan. You will be moving between 3 playable characters throughout the campaign, and as always with the Modern Warfare stories, there are tons of great action scenes and a lot of disturbing scenes. But this time they took it up a notch with the disturbing scenes. So if you didn't play the game or even skip the campaign, be aware of that. This game has some visuals that might be considered really uncomfortable or triggering for some people, and it seems to be deliberate. They seem to be designed to make you feel that way. I'm talking about graphic chemical warfare, civilian and animal deaths, child combat, torture, and the shooting of unarmed women. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is. Are they trying to deliver some sort of a message of what's going on with the world currently? Or it's just Call of Duty style? I'm not sure. But I thought I should warn you about it. Also, there are some missions that you play with another character which are a bit annoying besides the fact that they are disturbing. Game creators often do that with this kind of games. They give you 1 or 2 levels that you play with a weak character and you have to be stealthy and just trying all the level to escape danger. For me personally, I get annoyed by these levels. I buy a shooting game and I expect to hold a gun and go around shooting for the full campaign. If I want to play a stealth game, I would buy a stealth game, but that's just me. Maybe other gamers like having a variety within one game. Everyone has a different taste. Other than those 2 issues, this time around, unlike the few previous installments, they managed to deliver an excellent campaign with high-paced action that will keep you interested to play all the way through to know how the story ends. Another thing that Call of Duty does a good job with most of the time is the characters and voice acting. And that was definitely the case here with the new characters that were introduced and the return of some of the old beloved characters from some of the old installments. So for the story and missions, Infinity Ward simply did an excellent job as always with the Modern Warfare series, and if you are interested in this game just for the single player campaign, then I would totally recommend it. Coming to the gameplay, you will instantly get the Modern Warfare feeling of the series, but of course with enhanced graphics and textures that we will be discussing in more detail a bit later. The gameplay itself is buttery smooth on PC and consoles as the game is capped on 60 frames per second in the campaign and the multiplayer, even on the base consoles models for PS4 and Xbox One. Of course, there will be a few drops in the frames on the base model consoles in heavy textured areas or if there are a lot of things happening on the screen at the same time. But still, they did a pretty good job of delivering a very smooth experience to all the players no matter what device you are playing it on. You will be playing the campaign itself and visiting different places between real and fictional countries. Each different level will have its different types of weapons and overall setup, and of course in the multiplayer you will get to select your weapon when you start and you can upgrade it as you rank up. As for the weapons types themselves, we see the return of some of the series' iconic weapons with the addition of some new ones. I won't be making a comparison between them as this will need a separate video of its own, but I think when it comes to this part it depends on the personal preference for each player. I don't think there is an ultimate best weapon, but I'm actually interested to know which weapon is your favorite and you use most of the time. Coming to the graphics and visuals part, this is where the game really shines, as Infinity Ward introduced over-the-top visuals when it comes to the character models, environment, and the overall world of the game. It is to the extent that some people are saying that the upcoming installment of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is actually a downgrade compared to its 2019 predecessor. I have been playing this game since it was first released, and I played the alpha for the newest one on PS4 as well, and I kind of agree with those opinions. Don't get me wrong, it still looks great, but when comparing both together, I felt that 2019 Modern Warfare looked better when it comes to the visuals, overall gameplay, and even the audio. Modern Warfare just looks great, and it's a joy to see while playing, especially if you are playing it on PC with high settings and ray tracing on. It still looks great also on consoles and works great as well. As I mentioned before, it runs at 60 frames per second on most consoles. So when it comes to the graphics and visuals department, I would say that it is a job well done. Coming to the music and audio part, I would say that they did a pretty good job as always with all of the Call of Duty installments. Between the music and the sound effects of all the weapons, explosions, and different vehicles that you get introduced to during the campaign and the multiplayer. But still, although it's good, I don't see a huge difference or leap comparing to its previous installments or different games when it comes to the audio. Here are a few clips so you can judge for yourselves.
Steady. Aim at the helicopters for impact. Watch in the window! Alex, the paint on it!
Go! They're here, brother! They're here! Come here! Go! Don't fucking move! Police! Freeze! Get your hands up now! Get down on the ground! I'm not gonna tell you again! Suspect.
There are tons of different multiplayer modes in this game. I personally prefer only a few of them, like Team Deathmatch, Domination, Free for All, Capture the Flag, and some similar modes. Yes, I know, I'm a bit old-fashioned. I'm not a big fan of the Battle Royale trend, although everyone is playing it these days. But anyways, focusing on the multiplayer, I absolutely love it. It is one of the best multiplayer games that I've played in a long time. I think since the original Modern Warfare back in 2007. Of course, as most multiplayer games out there, you start from scratch in the multiplayer and you gain points every time you finish an online match and your rank increases. And with it you unlock new weapons and weapon mods as you progress. You can customize your weapons with new parts and visually as well. One particular new mode is interesting and worth mentioning, which is Realism mode. In this mode, all HUDs are removed from the screen and you count mainly on your senses to find opponents and shoot them. It's not easy for people used to the regular multiplayer modes, but still I would consider it as a fun challenge which is worth giving a try. You have as well Warzone mode, which is added automatically to the game if you own it, and it's free to download if you don't own Modern Warfare, but I won't be talking about it in this video as I have another dedicated video for it, which you can find linked in the top right corner and in the description below. My only issue with the multiplayer is that I felt it needed a bit more maps to be added to the current collection. Other than that, it's excellent, and if you are into first-person shooters and thinking about purchasing this game just for the multiplayer, I would totally recommend it. Despite the few scenes which may be disturbing to some, this game is easily one of the best first-person shooters of 2019 and maybe the decade, and I loved every moment of playing it. Infinity Ward did an amazing job of returning the franchise to its origins while adding a very modernized skin to it. If you haven't tried this game yet and you're in the market for a new first-person shooter, I would totally recommend giving this game a try. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to watch more videos like this one.